Hi there, this is H. Victoria Hargro Atkinson. I'm an author and a writer, and I want to review my books with you before I go anywhere. Last time I didn't go through these, so we're going to go through Stones Along the Path, which will become a hot series very soon, as we have book one, we have book two, and we have an exciting book three coming up. So those characters are going to continue to fascinate you and entertain you and give you a lot more experiences that you're going to love. You're absolutely going to love it. It's so exciting. I cannot wait for you to read that book. Now, the next book was Walking Among the Kudzu. This is a story about adolescence and how a child, she's a black child here, standing in a field of kudzu vines. Anyone who knows anything about kudzu vines know that you never stand in them because you may never get out of them. But that is one of the things that typifies the Georgia landscape. And since I'm a Georgia girl, I know all about kudzu vines. They grow over everything. And in fact, if they grow over you, if you stand in them long enough. The next book will be Buttermilk Bottom, and we do a little kudzu thing in here in the background. It's not as prominent, but anyway, this is something that I think you're going to love because it's full of interesting, colorful characters, and it's about a neighborhood that was in existence since the Civil War, because it's one of the first places our people were allowed to live, because it was a run-down, muddy streets. It never had pavement on any of the streets down there. Well, we said roads and not really streets. But anyway, it's a very, very interesting and a very passionate book. You're going to love it. It's really great. Pick this up. It's really cool. And do some reading on Buttermilk Bottom while you're at it, okay? Now, the next book is Enslaved. We have part two of this coming out very soon. It's called Enslaved Part 2, Princess Gemma's story. So this is going to be really great, and I'll try to give you a copy, show you that, the artwork on it, because my niece, Brina Hargro, and you can look up her website. It's called Art by Brina. She does fantastic work. I had no idea when I described the story to her what she was going to come up with, but what she did come up with was absolutely perfect, and I'm just in love with it. One of the things I tell authors when they write their book and they're trying to think of a cover for their wonderful work is to summarize rather than find someone and tell them what you want on your front cover. It's best to tell them a story about what you're doing and what the story is about. Give them a summary and, hit some key points in the story that you want to convey, and let them come up with the idea or the concept, the images out of what you have written them. And I was so happy when I saw this. I mean, I was just blown away. I love the color. I just love everything about it. And I didn't give any specific instruction, just to tell him a story and ask him to convey that. That was my brother, Louis Charles Hargro. And he also did this one. And again, gave him a summary and told him what the book was about. And of course, he knew this place because he too played in these roads, which we were never to go into because it was such a horrible neighborhood and so full of crime and all kinds of crazy stuff going on down there. It was, but all our friends lived there, so we always played there. We were disobedient children. So anyway, this is the cover he came up with, because we all knew these places. So when you're trying to come up with something interesting for a book cover, rely on your artists to do their work. Don't always, you shouldn't dictate everything or control everything about your book, because it's the collaboration and the creative process that others see in your work that helps to bring it through. Here again, my nephew Larry Anthony did this one, and he lived next to a field of kudzu vines. So who could better do that, to talk about the trouble of a teenager in the South Okay, he did this imagery and it's excellent. Although this is an unspoken character in the book, the Kudzu Vine. Okay, and of course, Stones Along the Path, they have the same one. So we will be doing some interesting things with this in the future. My brother did this one, and again, I gave him the story and he came up with the images. So that's what we do here. We love this stuff. Writing is a passion. Writing is something we do, but like I said before, what is your reason? What's your purpose for writing? Figure that out before you start writing, and that'll help push you through to the end, and also it will help to make your story more interesting and well received. So you take care, God bless, and I love you.